Hey, come follow me. We're into really pretty much we're done with the sections. You would have seen that last week. We're into Articles of Faith and the first and second official declarations. And then we move on to, I think we do the Living Christ, Family Proclamation, and there's a Christmas lesson. So we're almost into New Testament. And this is kind of an exciting way to sort of get into it, really. Because the topics we're discussing this week really tie back into the culture that existed in the Old Testament, which is why they were existing in this church, I guess, and just some of the ways that it came about. And there's not a lot known around the official declarations. Like, we know about the official declarations, but why those things were sort of there. We know some of it, don't know all of it. And again, this really teaches us why we need to write things down. Don't rely on someone else to do it. Write it down. Keep a record. Be a record-keeping person. Definitely pays off. But we're going to start in the Articles of Faith because they're amazingly brilliant. Now, as most of you all know, this is part of the Wentworth letters that Joseph Smith was writing to the man, John Wentworth, I think. Anyway, Wentworth, who was publishing them in... He was like a reporter and doing a report on the church and was asking questions like, what do you believe? Like, what is it that you're standing for? What is your kind of point? Like, what is it that you, what do you believe in, really? Which is why all but one say we believe. Because a lot of people were thinking that we were worshipping not Christ, that we were worshipping Joseph Smith, and they still do. A lot of people think that, what's another one that we can do? That we don't believe in the Bible, and we do. So this just really cleared up everything. Now these 13 statements contain the answer to any gospel question that you may have. Now I might not answer them in great detail, but it will give you that basic answer that you seek. Also, if you're having a discussion with someone and they ask you a gospel question, you will find that the answer will be found in the Articles of Faith. They are 13 statements that are, quite short. Some of them are longer, some of them are shorter. And there's a reason why we memorize them. And we're going to talk about that in insight number 2. But for the meantime, do you have a favorite article of faith? Do you have one that speaks to you more than others? For those of us that have been in the church for a very long time, we've usually memorized them as part of a primary thing or a young woman's thing or a young men's thing or whatever. We would have memorized them at some point. We would sing them in primary. I did it for my Gospel in Action Award, which I should have had with me. But anyway, so I think it's packed up ready for us to move eventually, which we don't even have a place yet, but I just, I don't need this right now. Let's pack it away. Yeah, so I learned them then. I can mostly give you it word by word, but I get lost on the order somewhere around 5, 6, and 7. I don't know which order they come in, and I mix 12 in there as well. But the others I know where they come. But the order of them isn't important, other than to say that we start off with saying we believe in God, the Eternal Father, and His Son Jesus Christ, because that is important for the people that don't think we're Christians, which is a lot of people actually that don't think we're Christian, and that still call us Mormons instead of members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. So that's really important, and it was important then to really state that. So other than that, really the order that they come in, you don't need to know that so much, but you need to know them. So what do you have as a favorite? My personal favorite's 11, because I feel like it's kind of a claim, a manifesto. It's that one, instead of saying we believe, it's like we claim. Like we claim that privilege to worship God. But we allow you to worship however you want to. We're not going to push it on you. We're not going to make you do it. We're not a cult. You have your choice, your freedoms. You believe how you want to believe. Your relationship with Christ is completely up to you and how you do it. But we're going to do it the way we want to do it. Like, I'm going to do me. You're going to do you. President Nelson's going to do him. We'll look after each other, but our relationship with Christ is up to us. How you have your relationship with Christ is up to you. And I think that's really cool too, because a lot of people thought that they were kind of cult-like, and that just sort of dispelled that as well. So I really like 11. But, yeah, I feel power in all of them. There is power in all of them. And I've put on my notes here. No matter how I'm treated, what is said, where I am, I claim that privilege of worshiping God and Jesus Christ. No matter what's happening, I can claim that privilege. If I've been in the times I've gone hungry, the times I've had nowhere to live, the times that I've had in my abusive childhood, the times I've had in an abusive marriage, you know, I still claim that privilege of worshiping Jesus Christ, however that might look at that time. That is, cannot be taken away from me. But I allow everyone that privilege, you know. Like, I'm not trying to tell them what to do. I encourage them and I love them. And try and show them Christ's love, but I'm not telling them what to do. So a great part of our human legacy is to speak Christ, yet allow others their choice. That's what we can do. We speak Christ, allow others their choice. So claim it, right? Claim. Whew. And what's your special article of faith? I'd really love to know which one really speaks to you, because it will be different for everyone. One of them's just going to be your total favorite for a different reason. For years I had the one, we believe all that God has revealed, all that he does now reveal, and we believe that he may yet reveal many great and important things pertaining to the kingdom of God. I loved that one as a kid because a lot of the things that were in church at that time, I didn't sit well with me, and they have since changed with continued revelation, and I'm like, awesome. So for that one I loved for a while. So, you know, it's just there. But anyway, President Nelson, he said, why do we need such resilient faith? This is part of learning the articles of faith. Why do we need such resilient faith? What is so important about it? Why do we need such resilient faith? Because difficult days are ahead. Rarely in the future will it be easy or popular to be a faithful Latter-day Saint. Each of us will be tested. Now, when he's saying here tested, he doesn't mean like we're going to sit down and take a test and get all the answers right. No. It means like we're tested, like we test the waters to see how they are. We test drive a car to see what that is. We're going to get pushed and pulled and insulted, misconceived. And yeah, it's not about passing a test like that. It's about being tested as in, you know, you think it's hard now, so it's going to get harder, unfortunately. But we need that strong faith to be able to get through that. And the articles of faith are a great basis of that. If you are struggling in a faith crisis, start the articles of faith. And we're going to talk more about that in the next one. But I'll see you there. But that's a really cool quote from President Nelson. Why do we need such resilient faith? Because difficult days are ahead. Rarely in the future will it be easy or popular to be a faithful Latter-day Saint. Each of us will be tested. And I know that to be true. It's going to get harder and harder. But I'm in it. I'm all in. So, what's your favorite article of faith? Let me know. And hang around, and I'll see you for the second one.